Hey, how are you? It's Calcozo. Welcome back to another episode here in our free-to-play series. We are kicking things off in Birthright with some daily challenges. We've got a fire making and a wood cutting challenge. They're daily, so we can hand them in for an extra reward. I'm going to get started on this wood cutting one though first. I think I have to chop 18 logs. This is a hand-in one, so you can't cut the logs and then burn them to get both. I'll have to cut the logs, hand them in, cut more logs, and then do the fire making one. Okay, so I've done that, just chopping normal logs. They're all around Gillenhorse, or you can access them anywhere, but I decided to do it in Birthright because it's right next to the Mistress. So we're going to turn in the challenge to the Mistress here. We've got a bag. Let's see what we get from this bag. Oh, we grabbed the level there too. Let's see what we got. 14, nice. Water orb. I think that's worth about 3k, but it's a members item, so you won't need to worry about that just yet. Okay, we are going to move on to the fire making daily now. Obviously you can't hand anything in for this one, you've just got to get 18 logs and then burn them. I think I already have 18 in my bank, so I am going to burn those, I think. Okay, just finished that. We are going to go back to the challenge mistress here and see what we get. So let's see if we can get a level. Yeah, 609 XP, does that say? Okay, yeah, got a level. What level is that? 16, nice. Didn't get a bag. Okay, we're gonna... Well, yeah, that's right, we're doing a quest today, so we're gonna need to grab some ingredients for this Goblin Diplomacy quest. Okay, so for the Goblin Diplomacy quest, you need to teleport to Falador. You're then gonna want to run to the park, which is where I'm standing now. And you need to talk to this farmer. You can just see him walking at the end of my screen there. You need to get some woad leaves off him, but you have to pay a certain price, like I think 4 prices come up. So inquire about woad leaves, middle one there. Yeah. Okay, so if you go too low, he'll say, nah, you're not having any. So you gotta just talk to him again, ask about the woad leaves, and just go for the highest one really. So make sure you bring money with you when you come to get this bit. You're gonna need 2 woad leaves, he does give you 2. This is for the blue dye. You're gonna need a blue dye, a red dye and a yellow dye. Once you've done that, you need to teleport to the rock and run east of the lodestone to this little bit here where there are red berries. I think you need 3 red berries, but it might just be 2, but pick 3 anyway just in case. And that's your second ingredient for the red dye. So you've got the blue dye ingredients and now you've got the red dye ingredients. Once you've picked all 3 of them, you need to teleport to Port Sarim, I think? Oh no, teleport to Draenor. Okay, so once that Draenor lodestone, you need to run south here until you get to a little sort of farm field, I guess. It's just south of the bank. You see me clicking on it now. That's full of onions. You're going to need 2 onions. This is to make our yellow dye. So basically in the quest you need to dye the goblin male blue, red or yellow. If you haven't got goblin male, don't worry, I will show you where to get it in the quest. So you just go to the onion, pick it doesn't cost any money or anything. And got 2 of them. Right, make sure you have money with you for this next bit because we are going to be teleporting to... oh no, we're not, we're just going to run north because the witch is here. So run north just from there to this house. You see this and look at this witch here. So what you need to do on this witch, I think her name's Aggie, is right click on her. I'll do that in a second here. Yeah, make dyes, make sure you've got money with you. You want to make the blue dye, you want to make the red dye, and you want to make the yellow dye. In the quest what happens is you need to just dye the goblin male a different colour to show the goblin generals, but I'll talk more about that once we get to the quest. Okay, now that we've got all 3 dyes, we can probably head to the start of the quest here. If you see on my map now where the start of the quest is, you're going to teleport to the Falador lodestone and run north. It's a very quick quest as long as you've got the dyes and goblin male. So to Falador, north to the goblin village. Okie dokie, right, we are here at the Goblin Village. You can see that there's also an emissary there if you want to go and pledge your allegiance to Bandos. So I'm going to show you now where to get the goblin males. So if you want, you climb up this ladder, search this crate. There's 2 other crates placed around, so you can grab 1 goblin male there. Climb back down there. You're going to want to run just around the corner here to this crate just there. You see me clicking on it now. Second piece of goblin male. And then the final piece of goblin male is behind the bigger house to the north here. So I'm just going to run around the back of that. Rotate the camera, and there it is. Okay, so that's if you haven't got any goblin mail from, you know, training on goblins or whatnot. There is a really common mistake a lot of people make. Just if you're up to this part, just hang on a second so I can explain that. You talk to General Bent Nose, is it? He's in the corner there, I think. Oh, which one is he? Oh, there he is. Right. Make sure you talk to him to start this quest. We are back here again, so make sure you talk to General Betnose. He's going to have an argument with Wartface, is it, I think? I can't really see him in screen small. About the colour of the goblin armour, hence the dyes and the goblin armour and whatnot. Once this quest actually gets started, I'm going to time-lapse a little bit, but I'm also going to commentate over it. Right, so they want a blue. Did they ask for a blue one there? I wasn't paying attention. Yeah, so I think the first colour that they want is blue, and then the next one they want to try is orange, or maybe the first one's orange. So watch the mistake I make here. Do not use the yellow dye on the armour first and the red dye. That does not make an orange orange armour. You've got to use the yellow dye on the red dye to make the orange armour. Okay, I'll say that again. Do not use the yellow dye or the red dye on the armor and then the next yellow or red dye, because that doesn't make orange. You've got to use the yellow dye on the red dye to make the orange dye. Once you've done that, use the blue dye on the armor. They'll say they don't like the color blue. And then finally they say, yeah, let's get a color brown, but that's just the color it was anyway. So it's kind of like a funny quest in a way, kind of not. But anyway, yeah, there you go. Okay, here we are. We are at the birth rope, just north of the birth rope lodestone, because we are going to get all our combat skills to 20. I've only brought the gear that I really have with quests. You don't have to come all fully kitted out here. If anything, just come with a weapon, because I think you run faster without armor on. You need to be able to run around. We're going to do melee and strength at the same time, so make sure you have your combat stuff. Make sure you have your combat settings set to strength and attack for XP. Once in here, you're going to need to run... oh, what happened there? Oh, sorry about that. Run north. You're going to have to hop worlds a couple of times, so I'll just demonstrate that now, because it does get a bit busy. So if you press escape, top left of your keyboard, and then click on hop worlds, you can find a world that's unpopulated. So when you're training melee, you use this western room and the northern room. Because that's like a quick way to get your attack up. Just make sure you have your basic abilities in your revolution bar. You can see that on the left of my screen there. Your levels will just rocket up because it's like really quick XP. Don't need to use adrenaline abilities or anything like that. Yeah, I think I'll just show me moving to the next area just so you can see what I mean, and then we'll be back. Okay, I'm actually pretty close to getting 20 strength, so I just thought I'd show that. Is that the last one? Hey, there we go, 20 strength. Okay, so oh no, my bad, not 20 strength, 16. I just wanted to show off here. If you look at where I'm headed now, once you finish a room, it's more efficient to wait for the things to respawn. It's more efficient to run east and then into this northern room here, so that you can concentrate on like the ones that are weak to slashing, and then move back to that room because they'll have a respawn. So here's me getting 20 attack and 20 strength. That's important because you unlock a couple of abilities and such, but we can't wield the next tier of weapons. That's level 30, I think, for Mithril. The armor I've got on now is just stuff I've picked up. So we are going to move on to range now. We're going to train range and defense at the same time because range is really, really quick, so is magic, because you don't even have to run up to the monsters to kill them. So I'm just going to demonstrate here. For range, you want to go in the northern room and the eastern room to kill the things. The ones in the western room resist range, so you don't want to do that. You just want to be super efficient. So this north and eastern room, so you can just keep bouncing between. As you can see here, you don't even have to move, you can just stand there and kill them. If they drop anything good, you can pick them up, but I guess not. Okay, so I've been killing these rangers for a while now. You see in my inventory there's a lot of those air staffs. That's because I've been bouncing to the shamans, which are in the eastern room. They drop these air battle staff. It's really important that you pick those up. They're worth about 1k each, I think. So if you pick up like 10 of them, that's 10k. And they drop them, well, as you can see there, fairly frequently. I mean, I'm only getting from like level 12 to 20, which is nothing. So probably need to kill 100. So we might even come back here and do a money making thing. I've got no idea why those air staffs are 1k now. I didn't remember them used to be 1k. I thought they were only like 100, but I guess with invention maybe they've got some disassembly parts which are useful. So here you see me transitioning into the shaman room. That's because we are just about to get our range to 20. I think our defense just got up to 20 then. I think I missed that. But yeah, nothing really happens at 20 range. You might unlock an ability. I can't really remember, but it's just important to get all your skills to kind of a similar level for combat, so you bring your combat level up as well. So now that we've done that, we need to move on to mage, which will just be training by itself. And there we go, 20 mage. I was pretty close anyway. I think I was like level 17 or something. A couple of things unlocked there. Yeah, you see a lot of things at 20. Unfortunately, we still need to get our prayer to 20, and prayer kind of takes a while in free to play, but there is a method to do it. In fact, it's a really quick method if you can get a couple of people. But first, we are going to the GE because we've got some stuff to sell. I picked up a couple more staffs after killing those shamans. It's not like they drop those things all the time, so it's maybe not an effective money making method. But it does stack up. So I just dropped the price by 5%. Click on all of them. So I've got 20k there. It's so easy money. If you need 20k just to start off, you can literally go there and spend like, I don't know, half an hour. You probably make even more than 20k. Could be more like 40k. Okay, depositing all my combat gear because we are going to go and get our prayer up in Lumbridge. This thing's got a bit of a mechanic to it, I'm not too sure if I fully understand it myself. I know how to use it to get XP, but I've never seen it work 100% well, like with loads of people. You probably do get that on member servers though. So here at the Nexus, I'm not going to explain how to actually do this because there's an in-depth guide on the wiki and it's kind of hard to explain. I don't want to mis-explain it either, so that wouldn't make any sense. But basically just fill these pots up once you've collected charms from the middle, and then it just gives you prayer XP. Okay, so we've just got 20 prayer. We are also now level 20 attack, which means we can wield the next level of melee weapon. So we are just going to get a melee weapon upgrade. So north of the, or northeast of the Birthright Lodestone is the two-hand sword shop. We're going to need some better combat gear because it's advised for stolen hearts. If you already got steel two-hand sword, you can just ignore this bit and skip forward. I think steel swords are only about a K, so make sure you have a bit of money. But yeah, stolen hearts, one of the cooler quests in the free-to-play series. There is a lot of cool things that happen in this quest. It's quite interactive. It's better than some of the other ones, or a lot of the other ones. It's a long quest. There's a lot of running around to be done. It's a long read as well in the wiki, but it does explain it very well, I think. I'm not going to commentate over the Stolen Hearts quest, but I am going to show you who to talk to start the quest. So once you've got your sword, you want to teleport to the Draenor Lodestone and run south until you find Ozan. Here he is. Ozan's this orange guy. Make sure you've got some food with you. If you're a lower level, make sure you've got your sword and your armor. And yeah, I don't want to spoil anything because this quest is actually quite good. So if you don't want to see that, the time lapse is starting at 14:32. So skip about 5 minutes ahead. I'll see you after the time lapse. Hope you enjoyed that. Pretty fun quest. Sorry if it did spoil anything. I think it's one of the cooler ones out there. Not that I do quests like all the time, but it is a good starting one. So we've got some combat XP lamps there. I decided to put those into prayer and constitution. Probably should just put them onto prayer. But yeah, there we go. I think that's it. Yeah, thank you very much for watching. We'll be doing a quest in the next episode, and I'll catch you later.